A reflection about time. So time passes us by. Time passes us by very, 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 very fast. That's why we need to do something with our lives besides just wasting our time. Besides just wasting our time. So, as you guys already know, there was a time back in the old days when I was just wasting my time. I used to be such a great student back in high school, until high school. In high school, I wasn't the best, but I was very good too. I was bad in maths and something like that, but I was still a good student. And then it all fell. It all fell. It all was down. I almost threw my life into the gutter because I wasn't feeling really motivated. So by the time I studied at the university, I was not a good student. I was among the bad students. I wasn't the worst because I was making some progresses. I was passing the courses and stuff like that, but I was also failing. I failed a lot of. Sorry, still a little bit bad because the climate is changing and it really messes with my with my body. Okay, let's go back to the point. I wasn't a good student. I wasn't. When I was at university, I wasn't a good student at all. That's why I didn't finish exactly. I finished part of my graduation. I'm licensed in psychology, but I am not a psychologist. I'm licensed in psychology. I'm a psychologist technician. So it's divided in two. I have the first part of it. So motivation is very important, and by the time and in that time, during that time, my life was not exactly a good life. You see, I wasn't feeling motivated. I had no girlfriend. The girlfriends I had, they left me. Then I made a mistake and I lost the best girlfriend that I had, and stuff like that. You see, my life was going from bad to worst. So I wasn't doing anything at all. I was losing my time and losing my time and losing my time. By the time I met my wife, my beautiful wife, she gave me back. She gave me back the uh, the love for life. She gave me all of her love, and I love her so. And she gave me back all. Carinhito, te quero mucho. She gave me back all my motivation and all the interesting things that I could do again. You see, she gave me back all my motivation, and I was back on the tracks again. So I decided to start doing what I love doing, which is learning foreign languages. A lot of people think that I don't want to do anything because I do not work outside the house. But that is not correct because I study hard. I study really hard. I study 35 hours per week, every goddamn week. So if you guys think that this is being lazy, think twice. Because this is not being lazy. This is having a different way of living, and this is having a different way of thinking too. Okay? That's a different kind of story. And then time was passing by and passing by. By the time I met my wife, she was 30 years old, and now she's about to turn 34. By the time I met my wife, I was 26, about to turn 27, and now I have already turned 30. So time passes us by. Here is one of the most important person in my life that unfortunately is no longer among us, which is my beloved grandfather, which has been much more than a father to me. Okay? Rest in peace. I'll not let you down. Promise that. So, this is my beloved grandfather. And he died over a year ago, 9th January 2011. Okay, and by the time I saw him in the coffin, I realized exactly what time is really about. The passage of time, the inevitable passage of time. If we think that we have a long time, a long life ahead of us, we do not know exactly that. My grandfather was 73, almost 74 years old. But he has been sick with cancer for a long time, 6 or 7 years, something like that. And so his days were over, were getting over, his days were finishing. That's why I decided not to waste one single moment of my precious time anymore. I mean, when my wife is on vacation, it's also my vacation. But this week, the following week, my wife is on vacation, but it won't be my vacations. I will study less, but I will study. I will study because I need it. I need to focus on my studies, and I need to focus on my progress. I need to keep track on my progress because I really need this to keep on living. See, I'm a philosopher, an existentialist, and I really need this to keep on living, to keep on doing my stuff. So, the passage of time is inevitable. By the time you realize you're dead. And so we gotta use it wisely. You gotta use it wisely. So, as you guys can see, the passage of time, if you guys do not believe me, just look at this. I have already made a video about that. 11 months. I had it bigger. I had it a little bit bigger. I had it something like this or something like that. Time passed by. Time passed by. And now here I am again. The bearded polyglot again. I cut my hair 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And now here I am again with long hair. So time passes by, and if I start thinking about that, I ask myself, where did time go? How is it possible that time just passed me by so quickly? How is it possible? I can't understand why. You see, how is it possible that time has passed me by so fast? So fast. So that's why I advise you guys to do not lose your time. It doesn't mean that you can't have a beer, that you can't have fun, because it's also part of life. Love, knowledge, and fun. My model, my existentialist model. But do not lose your time constantly, because if you do that, by the time you realize, it might be too late for you to go back and start doing things properly. That's why I study so hard now, because I want to get back the time that I lost. See, I want to retrieve that time to me. I want to retrieve it. I want to get it back. But it's just not possible now, of course. But if I work hard, it might be possible to recover the time, to retrieve that time back to me. So this is what I wanted to say. Think about this, guys, and do not lose your time. See you guys then.